Welcome to Sakhi Soul Stories, where wisdom meets love and where marriage is seen as sacred partnership. Today, let us walk through the first year of a newly married couple and see how their choices built the foundations of a lifetime together. When Ananya entered Rohan's home as his bride, her heart carried both joy and hesitation. Everything was new: the faces, the rituals, the expectations. Their first festival came quickly and she felt nervous. Would her cooking please the family? Would she be accepted? Rohan noticed her unease. He quietly helped, cutting fruits, offering reassurance. His kindness gave her courage. But Ananya also carried her own strength. She reminded herself, I must not only lean on him, I must grow into my place with dignity. That balance, his support, her courage, became their first lesson. Kindness in beginnings sets the tone, but courage makes the roots strong. As days passed, they discovered that marriage is not shaped by festivals alone, but by daily respect. Rohan recalled his grandfather's words, "Every courtesy is a deposit in the bank of love." So he practiced small gestures, listening without interruption, thanking her for meals, respecting her opinions. Ananya responded with her own respect, honoring his efforts, encouraging his ambitions, and speaking with care. Slowly, they realized respect is not a favor one gives to the other, but a way of living together with dignity. Yet life tested them quickly. Money was scarce, dreams were many. And with only a single umbrella, they laughed as they squeezed together to stay dry. That umbrella became their symbol. They told each other, "We will not fear storms as long as we share shelter." For Ananya, it was closeness that mattered more than comfort. For Rohan, it was partnership that mattered more than prosperity. That rainy night taught them that storms will come, but unity keeps hearts warm. Sometimes hurt, silence sometimes stretched long at night. But even after arguments, Rohan fluffed Ananya's pillow before sleep. One evening she asked, "Why, even when we fight?" He replied, "Because care must not sleep even when we do." She smiled and answered, "And tomorrow I will choose gentle words, even when I am still upset. For love must not lose its discipline, even when emotions run high." In that exchange, they discovered the secret. Trust is not only built in happy times, but protected in angry ones. Discipline in love is as important as passion in love. Their first budget brought another lesson. At first, they argued. He wanted to save. She wanted to make the home beautiful. But one evening, they sat together with pen and paper. "Not your way, not my way," Ananya said, "but our way." Together they balanced savings and spending, learning that prosperity begins not with income, but with shared responsibility. And in the quiet between these lessons, they made a pact, not spoken aloud, but lived daily. In a world full of fleeting attractions and temptations, they chose to guard their bond. They knew beauty fades, charm passes, and the world offers distractions. But they also knew that trust is not automatic, it is cultivated. Rohan disciplined his eyes and heart, reminding himself that no outside charm could compare to the dignity of the woman who shared his storms. Ananya guarded her heart with wisdom, reminding herself that no fleeting admiration could replace the respect of the man who honored her daily. Together they built trust not by chance but by discipline, by choosing each other again and again every day, even when the world tried to pull them apart. As their first year ended, they looked back not at the grand moments, but at the quiet truths. The festival where kindness met courage, the daily courtesies that filled the bank of respect, the umbrella that sheltered them in storms, the pillow that kept care alive in conflict, the budget that united their dreams, and the discipline that kept trust unshaken in a world of distractions. They understood that marriage is not a fairy tale of perfection. It is a daily practice of partnership. It prospers not by wealth, not by appearances, not by fleeting emotions, but by respect, clarity, honesty, and discipline. It endures when both protect it as sacred, like Shiva and Shakti, not halves completing each other, but two whole beings walking together, equal, distinct, and divine in union. This was Building Foundations, a Sakhi Soul Stories guidance tale. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Together, let us prepare a generation to understand that marriage is not about seeking fleeting attractions, but about building eternal trust. Not about control or submission, but about balance and equality. And not about one great vow spoken once, but about 1,000 small vows lived every day.